Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Building with BdoubleO, your boy. How's everybody doing today? I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing very well. I'm doing great. I have some things to show you and to talk about because we're kind of moving on up just a little bit. We've kind of got some of these buildings down. In last episode, we talked about the statue, and we talked about, we talked about the statue up there. We worked on some detail and giving some life to the area. And I think we did pretty well with that. With the little pool over here, this tree grew here, and adding some levels, some elevation changes there, which do some very, very nice things for us. But we've got some different things to do now. Oh, actually, you know what? I've got my recording on the wrong encoder. Give me 1 second. Aha, okay, here we are. Things should be better and okay now. Let's hope and pray, shall we? Boy, perfect timing. I just did a setup video, kind of showing my setup, and if you've been interested in that and you'd like to see that, you can check that on my channel. If you subscribe, it'll just auto push it to you whenever something comes out. But so I'm working on getting some trees, some saplings, just farming some wood, some birch and some acacia. And I might be jumping the gun a little bit because I haven't run this past you guys, and this is a let's play, meaning let's play together. I've also moved on to eating mutton for my snacks. So your dinner soon. As I eat cow. Goodness. Oh, there's a zombie under there. But anyway, we're moving on to this area now. And I felt like it was time to get started over here. And I've done a lot of building, a lot of up and down. And I've got this section put together. It's a tough transition, right? Because we're talking about this kind of Roman Corinthian style, and it's got a lot of quartz, got a lot of pillars. This is kind of a staple. This gable edge here with the pillars underneath, that's a staple style, or a staple architectural part to our style, isn't it? You see that a lot. But you can't do that everywhere because this building looks it looks commercial. It looks like it's like a government type building, an important building. You can't do that everywhere. You can't do that for your homes. You can't do that for your shops. It would just look strange. So I've had to really think about what to do next for our next part. And I did some research. And from the research that I did, I found that in the Roman area, and even around this time period, you see kind of I would almost call this a Tuscan type of style. I know where you're hiding, don't I? Is there a zombie here? There's not. Oh boy, he's in here, isn't he? Oh boy, let's see if we can snag him. Hello, how'd you spawn there? It's a nice area. This is a lit area. How in the world did he spawn down here? As bright as could be. I'll tell you what, cheater. He cheated. Confirmed. Cheating zombie. But yeah, so what I found is the Tuscan style. I need to kind of fix that, it looks like. But so this Tuscan style, this is interesting. I might as well grab some more dinner while I'm down here. Excuse me. Thanks. This Tuscan style is from the same area and a little bit different than what we're kind of used to with what we've been doing. And I have to be very careful about these colors and how they work together, because if you Google images, and really what I did is I did like Roman house or Roman shop, because that's kind of what our theme is going along with. And you get a lot of these kind of yellowish type buildings with red roofs. And there's a lot of arches. there are a ton of arches in the windows. Most windows have arches like this, or it's like an arch with a pillar coming down, arch with a pillar coming down type of style. Let's see if I can get that out of there. Get that out of there as well. I've done so much back and forth building on this that I'm really not sure this is all put together. But yeah, so you see a lot of that. You also see a lot of like terraces or porches with pillars. And I've had some things that have looked good, and then I've come back and I've got things looking not so great at times. But to get that kind of Tuscan looking color, I needed to go with yellowish, or this beige, like birch. Sandstone could also work, and I might be making that transition mid-episode here. Because the benefit of sandstone is you have multiple different blocks. You have decorative blocks. You've almost got pillar-style looking blocks. You've got all the stairs and all the slabs. The only things you're missing are fences, but you could substitute that with the posts, the birch posts. So that's kind of the problem I've run into here. When I want something to look like a pillar, it's kind of not because of these horizontal lines in the blocks. You follow what I'm saying? So it's a little bit of a tough situation. Also, a lot of the roofs are hip roofs. And a hip roof, I know this from my old days working as a contractor. A hip roof, this is how you do a hip roof, okay? Most of our roofs go like this. Let's just do an example right here. Let's say this is the top. Or you would have an overhang, you know? But this is just a normal gable pitched roof here. Boom. Like so. We'll kind of do a little bit of a roofing talk here because this is something that confuses a lot of people. So this is kind of your standard right there, right? You see that on our normal houses. Now, if I wanted to do, whenever I do steampunky style and I want to get a real dramatic looking roof, I'll go like this. And then I will go put a stair upside down, boom, like that. It makes the pitch even steeper. You see what I'm saying? So just without finishing the whole thing, you see how that's going to end up being a very steep roof when that finishes off? If you followed me for a while, you know how that all works. I've done that quite a bit in my day. But this style calls for, and not in all cases, but in a lot of cases, a hip roof, which some of you do this naturally when you play Minecraft, don't you? Where it just goes like this, for example. I'm going to need more stairs. Oh, I think I've got a ton of acacia still. Good. So let's just use these to finish this off. And nighttime is here, so that sucks, but there's actually a very beautiful view the nighttime here. Get that there. I just want to get as good of an example of this as I can for you. Boom. Boom. Oh, no, that one's supposed to go this way. I'm going to have a creeper blow up on me, aren't I? Don't do it, creeper. Don't. So something like that. You follow? You see how we're sitting here? Ooh, don't do that now. Don't do that. I just needed a placer block there. And you could just have kind of a flat. I would probably actually just do half slabs on the top. But so that right there is an example of a hip roof where the end actually continues a sloped style and your ridges are here. And there's some detail in the ridges. Hello, zombie. I see you. Don't think I don't. But B-Dub's going to go to sleepy. Actually, no, I'm not. I need to show you guys a view that I got when I was over here building. Oh, my. Look at this. How magnificent is this view of that statue semi-lit at night? I mean, I feel like I'm living in a city now. That statue semi-lit from behind, just backlit. How sick. Backlit, and then the little Parthenon type building lit up there as well. So glorious and gorgeous, isn't it? But anyway, so those are part of our architectural details here for this building and for this area. There are some other things, but the main thing that I'm really stumped on is the pillar aspect. Lots and lots of pillars, okay? And I need to figure out a good way to pull the pillars off. And I'll show you why I'm not loving... I see you. You're going to sneak up on me one day if I don't dispense of you pronto. Get off of me. Yeah, there you go. I should backlight this tree. I feel like. There you go. Let's see how that looks. Little hidden lighting there. Oh, that's beautiful. Keeps the area safe as well. I'm always scared coming up here because you never know what you're going to find. So let me take a quick sleep, and in the light, you can kind of see, you can kind of see what I'm talking about. So, from a distance, we cool? We cool. From a distance, you can see the building, and it doesn't really look bad now at a distance, and especially if once we get more and more in here and add a lot more detail, this could really end up looking nice. Maybe I've made them too tall. But these fences right here tend to get lost in that design and look. Right there, not so bad. But yeah, you know what I mean. Let's see. Actually, we could turn the shaders off and see what it looks like. Yeah, that's not bad. Boy, this is a different world now, isn't it, all of a sudden? Jeez. Ooh, get sniped. This was 1.9. I could see the arrow all the way. Well, I could kind of see the arrow all the way there, couldn't I? Oh, I'm gonna hit him. Yeah! Get wrecked, dude. Nice shots, B-dubs. Thank you. Oh, get wrecked. Get thrown down in the cave, would you? Beautiful job. Oh, my PvP's on point today. That is truth. Okay, stop. But anyway, you guys get the idea. You see it, don't you? Let's get these shaders back on. Eddie's shaders. Very beautiful. But yeah, so that's kind of what we're dealing with. Okay, so I'm okay at this point, but there are some things that I'm kind of nervous and not sure about. So what I'll do is I'll probably do a sandstone swap out, and I'm gonna see what it looks like with sandstone, and we'll go from there. But my idea overall is I'll get that part worked out, okay? And we'll kind of go from there. I'll get this part worked out, but that side of the place will be those types of buildings. Maybe I'll pop in a quartz type building here and there. Very minimal. Gotta dispense of these creepers ASAP. Yeah, that is rendering in very fine. Oh, headshot. Oh, headshot. But as we transition over here, this area will have more of the quartz type buildings, because this to me feels more like a welcome to the city type area. Just in my opinion. But anyway, I'm going to get back to this. I'm going to have to go get some sand, work out some sandstone stuff, and we'll see how it could potentially look, all right? So this sucks a little bit. It's just a little bit sucky. And I'll tell you why. Sandstone. Sandstone is going to be the answer, I think. And I'm not going to go much further. I've actually gone much further than I should have. Because I need to talk to you guys about it. I do really, value what you guys say and your opinions on this stuff. And sometimes there will be some very valid comments that kind of sway me. But here's what I'm sitting on. What you sitting on? The sandstone looks so much better. It's actually even lighter. It's closer to the white than the birch was. So I think that's the right color. I've been building here for quite a while. And after building for a while, I'm actually thinking that I don't like the way this is looking. And I feel like it's just way too high. And Like it just might not work out. First of all, the sand is a terrible resource to reproduce. It might not work out. I'm just saying that I might have to just redo what I've done here, and go a different direction. Sand is really hard to reproduce. It's like it's tough to farm. I actually saw an automatic quarry on Reddit, on Minecraft Reddit, a while ago, and man, it was awesome. Just hands free with sticky pistons and stuff, and I could surely wire that up. But I'm smiling because I know what you're thinking, that I couldn't do it. But yeah. As I'm putting this together, I like it. I think it's cool. I want to have different heights, and then I've noticed that some of these things, some of these areas, all the roofs are connected. I was thinking about trying something like that. I've just done a lot of block placing and removing and standing back and looking. And at this point, I feel like it's okay. But I'm not as in love with it as I was. And maybe it's just because I haven't put as much detail into it as I did with this first building. Maybe the sandstone I'm not liking. I'll have to go back and watch. But one thing I'm feeling 100% about is the roofs, believe it or not. I thought, I mean, my description of a hip roof to you was correct. That's how a hip roof goes, right? It doesn't have a gable on the end. But for this style, I think that pitch is too much. I think that's far too much of a pitch. And if we actually go into creative, I can show you quickly, or we could maybe compare. I was going to go into creative myself, my creative world, and check it out. But I thought maybe we'd go over this together because don't you see, it seems just a little bit too steep. And that's why I'm a little bit frustrated, because it's not way too steep. So it might be a difficult thing to fix. But anyway, let's go on into the test world and let's try a few things out. All right, so this is how we have it. Just stare, just how I showed you. Stare like that, and it ends up being a little too peaked, right? So let's try this. Let's see what this ends up looking like. Maybe this will kind of solve our problem. If you, like I say, if you Google images of just like even just Roman housing, you can kind of get a look of what it looks like. And you can kind of see, that's not bad, but that's still feeling, to me, that's still feeling a little bit, oh boy. It's still feeling a little bit on the shallow side there. That's a little bit shallow. What if we went like this, stare first? I actually don't think this helps our problem. I think this is even more of a, right? Yeah, that hurts us even more because it just makes it weird. Man, oh man. Yeah, maybe. Okay, so I guess we're looking at a difference between slabs. What is this? What is this? I really like this. What in the world is this? I don't know. I should be I remember building this maybe a month or so ago. Maybe when I was preparing for this style. But I really like that. I don't think that would work in our current style, but that looks really nice. Good job, B-Dubs. Wow, amazing building, B-Dubs. Thank you. But yeah, so, hey, what do you think? I guess it's up to you guys in the comments. What do you think about the height of these roofs? Did it look weird to you? I think, honestly, now that I'm messing with it, I feel like this is what looks weird. That's just weird to me. We could even try to get slab. Because we've got some of these corners going like a so. And that would be strange. But I think it's also very dependent upon the overhang. It's very dependent upon the width of the building. This one's 4 wide right there. So maybe that's got something to do with it. Where the other one's stretched out to like 5 or 6 wide. Maybe it started to look weird. I don't think that helps it. I don't think that right there helps it. Interesting. Bring this up here. Let's see what happens. I don't know. I'm trying to work this out with you guys so you can kind of see my brainstorming thoughts. You see my brain head try work? I do have these recessed, which I didn't do. So yeah, I don't know. I do not know. You guys have been helping me out a lot lately. Tons of suggestions on the new gaming room setup, and maybe potentially a lot of suggestions here. And honestly, that looks like that might be better. But anyway, it's up to you. That's going to do it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for all your support on Building with BdoubleO. And we'll see you in the next one.